In the Explorer Bar, there's going to be a talk about the excursions at 10:45. So I'm in here, want to hear about them, even though I'm taking the free ones. There's one free one on each of the Cape Verde islands. The Basacos is in flux because we don't know which islands we're going to, what we're going to see or do there.
Excursions that we have. Different types of excursions we have already seen. We kind of like number one industry is tourism. So they are very happy that we're going to visit them. Santiago. So Praia is the capital of Cape Verde, and Santiago is it's functioning also as the main hub for inter-island transport across the country. Free one, the included one, which is called Cultural Praia. We are going to visit the ethnographic museum of Praia, which is one of the main museums dedicated to 2 kilometers walking in the sun, where all the prisoners were that were against the regime in Portugal were brought on the island, and later on from mainland Africa they were also brought here in this. Cidade Velha was the ex-capital of Santiago. It's a 5 kilometers walk approximately. It's a hard one. Okay, you go up and down. It's a very uneven terrain. Porto Novo is in Sant'Antão Island. And for many tourists, the main reason for visiting Cape Verde is for its nature. It's the second largest island of this archipelago, and it has very beautiful contrast between northeast and northwest. One is very green and one is dry. This is an included tour. I highly recommend it also. It's a panoramic drive of the island. You also go to Cova crater, which was a crater formed thousands of years ago, and now where you have a coffee stop, the local liquor called grog. Yeah, so this is a breathtaking excursion, and you will see the island and its nature in the mountains. Okay, we go off-road with this jeep. Some parts are on the road, some parts are quite bumpy off-road. And if you are scared of heights, you go up in the mountains at 2,000 altitude, and the road is very narrow. So this is a spectacular nature hike. Here, if you have problems with your knees, you shouldn't go because it's 800 meters down. So you just go down 800 meters. Easier. It's 5 kilometers on a car track. It's level 3. It's called Fogo. Does anybody know what Fogo means? Fire. Good. Because Fogo is one of the most unique islands in Cape Verde, because it has a very impressive volcano. So the island was discovered by the Portuguese in 1460, the Portuguese explorers. So much of its architecture dates back into the colonial period. It's located in the southwest of Fogo, is the capital, and is one of the most beautiful places in the country. Colonial architecture. It's a very short tour, 2 hours and. This is Visita das Caldeiras, is by car, and it's level 2, which means that you don't walk so much, just a little bit. And we visit the crater of an ancient volcano of approximately 8 kilometers. Crater which was formed from 2014 towards 2015 by the eruption, of course, and we go to 2,000 meters altitude, 2,060 meter altitude, approximately a 7-kilometer long hike, but as I said, it's in the mountains, and you walk in a lot of heat because, as you can see, it's the volcano, so you have nowhere to hide. This is the toughest hike that we have is level 5, and you go to 2,800 altitude. So you go on top of Pico de Fogo, and you have to have experience. So you have to
only.
And then we have 2 days of cruising. So here in the Bisagos we have our own produced activities, yes, and the schedule for the Bisagos, we will explain that to you as it comes, a day before. The evening before, you'll find out where we are, on which islands of Bisagos we are going, because we are very weather dependent in Banjul. The Gambia is one of the smallest country within mainland Africa, and it's surrounded, of course, by Senegal, except for its western coast of the Atlantic Ocean. Now, the included tour that we have is the Albert Market. Why did we put a guide with you? Because the market is very busy, very crowded. You might not find your way through the market. So who wants to see the market and also buy some souvenirs, you can take part of this included tour in the market. We will go also to the National Museum, where we'll find out about the history of Gambia, have the folkloric show on board. We have a band that comes and dances for you. So, for your information, everything from the program that you do during your excursions is covered. Sometimes the guides can be a little bit pushy, but don't feel obligated to tip. It's optional, yes? Now, this is very important because we all like to have souvenirs when we come back from our holidays, but please, before you take photos of people, kids, doesn't matter, please ask their permission. It's a big no. If you see officials and military, don't take photos of them. They might react. Minimum means that if we don't reach the minimum of participants in excursion, the ship, and I will tell you that it was cancelled. And for Praia, for Santiago, is today by 2 in the afternoon. Fogo and Sant'Antao is again today by 8 o'clock in the evening.